Entrepreneursip podcast, the podcast where we talk to entrepreneurs of all sizes to talk about their business, their successes, and their journeys. We have a special guest today. Please introduce yourself and the drink you're having and your business.
Hey guys, I'm Sam, and I'm the owner of Tipsy Mobile Bar, and I am drinking a Cabernet.
Today I'm drinking a double espresso shot from Nespresso over ice.
You're supposed to cheers me.
I'm so sorry. We'll cheers.
No.
I'm so sorry. Horrible,
Bad luck if you don't.
Horrible hospitality. So, when did you get started into this business?
I started my LLC at the end of 2021, and my first real season for my business was last year, 2022.
Oh, wow. And
yeah.
What were the hardest challenges that you had to overcome when you first started?
In the beginning, my business, well, for those who don't know, it's a mobile bartending business, so I bought an old beat-up horse trailer and I flipped that shit into my mobile bar. So I bring it to events, weddings, parties, backyard barbecues, anybody who wants this cool aesthetic trailer, I bring it to their parties.
That's awesome.
So in the beginning, when I got the idea, there wasn't really much out there. So I think the biggest challenge for me was like going to find information and like questions I had and trying to find people who were out there doing it already and just like researching it and then kind of figuring out like how does it differ from New Jersey laws and getting through all those.
Yeah, so like is there any like hoops you had to jump through for liquor license or anything like that, or like
luckily no, because there is a loophole with this business. I don't need a liquor license to function. If I wanted to sell alcohol, like of course I'd have to get it, but I do private events and I'm going to people's private properties in their houses. So what I do is help my clients figure out what to buy and then they go purchase it themselves.
Oh, wow.
So when I show up with the bar and everything else that I provide, I take the liquor that they bought and I serve it. So I don't need a liquor license for that because I'm not selling the alcohol.
Do you supply the mixers that are needed?
I do.
That's awesome.
That's what I love to do. That's what I'm about. Like fresh ingredients, everything.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And do you also do like fundraisers and like business events as well? Or
I haven't yet. I've only done one public event and it didn't really go over the way that I wanted it to. I did like a little festival, so I kind of started to veer more towards the private events with like my personal clients. But I haven't done fundraisers or anything yet. It's definitely been on my mind and I've had opportunities to do that, but I've just been so busy with my private clients that it's not something that I'm like going after right now.
Do you have clients that are recurring that have had you for multiple events?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I really went off this summer compared to last year, and I've had returning clients multiple times actually.
Wow.
So even like any event that they have. I've had big parties, I have small parties, like it really doesn't matter. So it's really cool feeling when you get that phone call from a returning client like wanting you back.
Yeah,
it's
and it's like
go.
Yeah, exactly. It's such an awesome feeling. So like if you did have a liquor license, would you be able to distribute it to the public through your mobile bar?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I would. But I do need a brick and
mortar. But that would be able to be. You would be able to do it publicly on a mobile bar.
Yeah.
But you just need a storefront to actually.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
That's
or
awesome.
I can act off of someone else's liquor license, like if they have one.
And you publicly distribute for them?
Yes, I could do that. Yeah, but that's just not something that I'm ready to do, want to do. I'd rather just build my brand now with what I can, and then like if I get to the point where I might want to partner with someone in a liquor license or get my own, but they're like millions of dollars.
Yeah, especially around here. Cause
they're hard to get.
Yeah, they don't issue them. They're just issued once, right? And then that's it?
For the most part.
And then you would have to buy it from an existing or a closed
it depends
business.
because some people only do it with like a certain amount of like proximity to like another bar.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like I would have to find a location in a town in a county that would allow it. It's just there's just so much.
So how long have you been in the industry? Like how long have you been bartending?
Oh, for a really long time.
Oh, wow.
I started serving at a little pizzeria in Wall when I was 14 or 15. And then I've just stuck with like restaurant and hospitality. Wow. So I started actually bartending when I was in college. I think I was a sophomore or junior.
What's your favorite drink to make?
Oh, I don't know. I love making a lot of different kinds of drinks, but my favorite part about making drinks is the reaction I get from the client or the person drinking it. So, like, I could make you a margarita, and it's fun to make a margarita, but I could also make you, like, something really simple, and it's your reaction. That's my favorite part. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But margaritas are fun. You could do so much with them. You can make so many different kinds, and it's the same with a lot of drinks. But me personally, if I was making myself a drink, I would make an old fashioned.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's so simple too. But that's my favorite.
I wouldn't take you for an old fashioned.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. What is your best experience and worst experience over the years as a bartender?
As a bartender, I've done a lot of different types of bartending. Like, I've been in sports bars, I've been in high-end restaurants, I've been in the wedding industry for a really long time. So it's like, I've had different experiences with each one of those. But I would say the worst part about it is just, like, the type of people that you might get at your bar.
And, like, how wasted they get.
Yes, and monitoring that and just, like, dealing with the crap that you'll get from some guy who's, like... 17 beers deep and just like wants to be a pain in the ass. But like I equipped myself with the experience of like knowing how to handle those types of people and being able to just like not let it get to me. But I think the funnest part is also like the people that you do meet at bars
and the networking and all that.
Yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't. I mean, I always knew that I had it in me, and I always saw bigger things for myself, but I think experiencing like a 9-to-5 job or like internships and stuff like that, like also having my bartending on the side, because that was always like my side gig. I just love the freedom that came with the hours and then not having to like be behind a desk the whole day. Like, I knew that wasn't me. Like, I couldn't just wake up and go sit behind a desk. Like, I needed to do bigger and better things. So I think that's kind of where it started to develop with me, wanting to be an entrepreneur. So. Did
you go to school?
I did go to school.
And were you a good student? Or what were your grades like?
I definitely probably could have applied myself a little bit better, but I went to Kane and I studied psychology, and I played soccer there all 4 years.
Wow. So you were a collegiate athlete.
I was.
Awesome. Did you get a scholarship?
I didn't. It was D3, so they didn't give athletic scholarships. And in high school, my grades were terrible. I think I just barely got into Kane, to be honest.
So you wouldn't really attribute school to any of your business success?
No. And if I had known earlier that I was going to be an entrepreneur and I was going to have my own business, I probably would have studied business, and maybe that would have, like, lit a fire in me a little earlier to do good in school. But I mean, when college came around and I had to get good grades to graduate and play on the team, then I was like, okay, like, come on, Sam, like, let's actually try. And then I was on the dean's list like every semester, graduated with a good GPA, and really turned like school around, I would say.
What are some of the ways that you market your business currently?
I don't.
Oh, wow.
I don't.
So it's all
I haven't
word of mouth?
paid $1 on advertising yet.
Wow.
It is just what I've done to build a following with, like, my brand and the people that follow me. Like, I just posting on Instagram, and I've made, like, 2 or 3 TikToks. But it's really the power of social media, and people who follow me are my clients, or people I meet at events, and they get to meet me, and that's just how I'm growing my Instagram and my business.
Sorry for
It's
that.
okay.
But, so, your only startup costs were the barn, the trailer.
Yeah, so I obviously had to pay for the trailer, and then it was in such bad shape that it took us a while to flip it, and then my startup costs have to do with the tools and the equipment that we use and the labor to flip the trailer. And then, of course, like, in the very beginning, I did a bridal show, and that was very overrated, and I would never do it again, but it was costly. So, like, that I put towards my startup costs. But for the most part, like, my startup costs, we kept it very
Very minimal.
Minimal.
So you didn't have to use any debt or anything.
No, just savings.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And I had my dad to help me out. Like,
That's
not
amazing.
money-wise,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's
he's a
to help you.
contractor. So
Oh, wow.
I was like, Dad, we're flipping a horse trailer and I'm starting my own business. He's like, what are you talking about?
That's awesome.
And I gave him the idea and I showed him and he's like, all right, let's fucking go. So together, me and him are the ones that flipped the trailer, and I saved a lot of money doing that, but the best part about it was being able to do it with my dad and it being a thing that we did together.
That's a bonding experience.
It really was.
Where do you see your business in 3, 5, and 10 years from now?
I definitely have very big plans and big visions of where I want it in 10 years or 5 years, but I'm trying to stay realistic and keep it to like a 2-year or a 3-year thing so that I'm not like
overextending yourself.
Yeah, and I'm not living in the present and enjoying what I have now because I've already come so far in a year, but I definitely want to upscale for sure. I would love to see myself with a Tipsy saddle warehouse where I could put like 2 of my trailers that I'm going to have, like my bars, all my equipment.
And then outsource another bartender to do events with you?
Yeah, I want to grow. Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to have staff. I have great friends right now that I've met throughout the years in the business that have had my back and helped me all summer, bartending and working for me. But I know that next year, like, I'm going to have to hire staff and I'm going to have a place where, like, I could have everybody meet and take what they're taking to that event and then go and bring it back to the warehouse. And I want to have all those cool things, and I want to have just want it to run so smoothly. Like, I want to just have a place where we meet and
well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
How many events did you do over the summer?
This summer I did 42 events.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's between weekdays and weekends, obviously.
Mostly weekends.
Oh, wow.
I did not have a weekday event all summer. From beginning of May to middle of October that I just ended, it was all weekends.
And what was your favorite event that you did
the
whole summer?
I had such a big scale of events. Like, I did a christening, or I did, like, weddings.
Oh, wow.
Or I did, like, a backyard surprise party with 20 people, or I was doing, like, a 175 people wedding. So it's, like, there's so many in between, too. But I don't know if I could say that it was my favorite event, but there was an event where I did a party of 50 people by myself, but I also had 2 other events happening outside of that one where I was sending people with my portable bars, and I just had a moment to myself on my trailer that I built, and I was just like, holy shit.
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm doing this fucking
that's such a cool feeling.
Like, it actually felt like all that hard work paid off. So that was my favorite moment at an event that I had, but all my events are fun. I love my events.
What is one investment that has given you the best return on your money? So, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be the trailer. It could be a tool that you use every day, or something that is part of your job that makes your job so much easier. Like, what's that one thing that definitely makes your events run smoother?
Honestly, it's the people that I surround myself with.
Oh,
it's not even something like a tool, like a physical tool or anything like that, or like a business model. It's just the people that I have around me. Carmine, my boyfriend, my lovely boyfriend, my glorified barback, we call him, because he just shows up with me to events and he just does what I need and helps me, like, do everything. And, like, if I need someone to...
All the heavy lifting.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yes.
All the heavy
it's
lifting.
easier done with him.
Muscles matter not.
Yeah, but, like, just having him with me has changed my job. Like, it's changed my business. Just from, like, him wanting to be there makes me feel like, all right, let's do it. Like, I never once felt like I was dragging him around, and he just ended up knowing what needed to be done, and we're like a well-oiled... exactly,
like
a partnership.
Yeah.
So just having him there, and my dad, like, aside from him helping me start and build my business, like, he's there every step of the way. Like, if I need help, if I need an update on the trailer, if we need to put air in the tires, if we need to do, fix the ceiling or patch up something, like, he's just there on it. Like, I get back to the house or where we keep the trailer, and he's just like, all right, what do we got to do? Like, where are we putting this stuff? Like, how are we doing it?
You keep the trailer at your house?
I keep the trailer at my grandpa's house.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, he's got a really big driveway, really big, lot of land.
And do you have a truck that pulls the trailer, or
I
is
do.
it a car? Oh,
no,
wow.
I had to get a Dodge Ram.
Oh,
I
nice.
drive a truck.
Good for you.
I love that thing. It's so fun.
And you got that specifically to pull the trailer?
I did.
Oh,
yeah,
good
because
for
I
you.
was driving, I was leasing a Jeep Cherokee, and I loved that car, but I was like, I need
You
something.
need something. Like a work vehicle.
Right. So I got myself a truck.
What is one piece of advice that you would give your 18-year-old self, or yourself when you first started your business?
I would say just have patience and trust yourself, and just know that, like, you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Like, you have what it takes to do this, and I might not see it right away, but I think this was also like a big learning lesson with myself. So just knowing you have the confidence to do it and to get things done, like, don't just think about it, do it. I think I would just tell myself, like, you will be that person that you envision with this business, and just do what it takes to get to that.
That's a great piece of advice.
Thanks.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Entrepreneurship podcast. Thank you, Samantha, for coming on
Yeah.
to the podcast today.
Thanks for
And
having me.
make sure you check out Tipsy Saddle on all social media platforms. And thank you all for tuning in.